An 1875 image of Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi, the creator of the Statue of Liberty, posing with a visitor while the statue was under construction inside a Paris studio. Director, screenwriter and producer Stanley Kubrick at the screen test for the dystopian film A Clockwork Orange, 1971. Worshippers enter a synagogue on 23rd Street for a special D-Day service. Linda Carter, 1978. Lilliput Float Circus, Chicago, Illinois, August 2nd, 1947. Children play bullfight, Provence, 5th French Republic, 1959. Brigitte Bardot. Sackville Street, now O'Connell Street, in the immediate aftermath of the Easter Rising in 1916. A woman using an Atari 800 computer, 1980s. Detroit Riot, 1967. Detroit Street with National Guard and police. World's highest standard of living, Birmingham, Alabama, 1937. Stanford University students Sergey Brin and Larry Page founded Google, 1998. United States Marine Colonel Francis Fenton conducting the funeral of his son, Private First Class Mike Fenton, near Shuri, Okinawa, May 1945. Japanese student, 1910. This is Jay McKnight, who had to endure all these amputations as a result of a fatal encounter with the train. Yvonne De Carlo, 1940s. First gasoline bus of the world, 1895. Guard Corporal N.N. Leontiev, who destroyed 15 Nazis in his first battle with a captured 7.92mm German MG-34 machine gun. Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein touching the black stone of the Kaaba in Mecca while performing an Islamic pilgrimage, 1980s. Although Iraq's Ba'ath Party was originally secular, Saddam still publicly claimed to be a pious Muslim. West London Mods, 1980. Ralph Madson's Wedding at Ramona Village, Los Angeles, California, 1932. Keanu Reeves, Minsten Date 4. Sarah Michelle Gellar, 1997. Robot Conductor, Moscow, 1970. Senator Robert F. Kennedy with anti-apartheid activist Nkosi Albert Luthuli, June 1966. Funeral services for the 28 Germans who lost their lives in the Hindenburg disaster, 1937. Shark caught near Istanbul, 1930s. Yale University Pipe Competition, 1959. Hitler on 8th of November 1939. The pedestal has a bomb planted inside it by Georg Elser. Hitler had to leave early because of weather. Madonna and Shawn marriage, 1985. (1956) Oldsmobile Golden Rocket. Garrett Hallowell in 1997. A group portrait of NASA's Apollo 11 astronauts posing with their families around a model of the Moon in March 1969. A sound effects department worker, Studio Unknown. The photo shows a flywheel turning on the left and a large cylinder with movable four-wheel devices. All this helped create the desired sound for films. A policeman and a rebel during a street clash in Havana during the final days of the Cuban Revolution, January 1959. Actress Madeline Smith, 1971. Nazi rally in Germany in 1934. Disneyland's Flying Saucers attraction, September 1962. Rita Hayworth, 1940s. Martin Delaney Robertson, journalist, physician and writer, was the first African-American officer. Dian Fossey, a prominent ethologist and conservation advocate. Rwanda, 1980s. American soldiers are having tea with Kuwaiti civilians during Operation Desert Storm. This happened in Kuwait in 1991. The cat is sick, 1903. Farrah Fawcett and Jacqueline Smith, 1976. David Bowie during the filming of The Man Who Fell to Earth in 1976. A music record vending machine. Southern California oil boom, 1920s. A tricycle made for two at Daytona, 1983. In 1943, the First Lady of China addressed the United States Congress, seeking American aid for China's fight against the Japanese invasion. She addressed the Congress in native-level English, receiving a 4-minute standing ovation. The daily life of French partisans in occupied France. On the third photo, a British pilot is present at the dinner table. People posing on Tennessee's Umbrella Rock in Lookout Mountain, 1860. Barbershop in Los Angeles, California, early 20th century. And Annette's family in the Brekowski Islands, 1912. A young Bosnian fighter is posing for a picture, taking a smoke break after a firefight. This was near the village of Guka Gora. This all happened during the Yugoslav Wars on June 14, 1993. Sports Festival in Czechoslovakia, 1926. Penelope Cruz in the 90s. A giant turkey float squeezes between buildings as the 31st annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade moves down Broadway near 37th Street in New York City, November 28, 1957. This dude survived for 12 years after this injury. The dressing room at the Moulin Rouge, 1924. A soldier tells a man to back up during the race riots in Chicago in 1919. The soldiers were in place to keep white people in their own districts. A United States postman carrying a baby boy along with his letters, United States, 1900s. When Cleveland released 1.5 million balloons, 1986. Gay activists carry a mile-long rainbow banner through New York City to mark the 25th anniversary of the Stonewall riots, June 26, 1994. French fashion 1910 to 1920. United States President Harry Truman speaking with General and Far East Commander Douglas MacArthur in 1950, 7 months before Truman fired him over disagreements regarding the handling of the Korean War. Jim Carrey and Cameron Diaz and their stunt doubles on the set of The Mask, 1994. Napoleon veteran posing in full uniform, 25 of May 1858. Samuel L. Jackson and his wife Latanya Richardson in the 1970s. Princess Diana with an AIDS patient in 1987. Bukovina, Ruthenian women, 1916. Princess Diana shaking hand with an AIDS patient in 1987. Andre the Giant holding a normal 12-ounce can of beer. Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, 1924. Prototype Ford Levercar Mach 1, 60. Salvador Dali gets Brigitte Bardot drunk, 1960. NASA's massive wind tunnel used to test aircraft. A Langley researcher observes a Sperry M1 Messenger, the first full-scale airplane tested in the Propeller Research Tunnel, 1927. Paul and Linda McCartney crossing Abbey Road with their pet pony Jet, 1977. Tony Hawk in Upland, California in 1988. Acrobats at the Muscle Beach, 1949. Waist gunner with a Vickers K gun in a Royal Air Force Dakota C-47 keeps watch for Japanese fighters during a supply mission to airdrop supplies to Chindits in Burma, 1943. Hitler, Helga, and Joseph Goebbels. Stephen King behind the scenes of Creepshow 1982. A pre-war junior trainer microcar on the street of an English city. Photo from 1948. Schlupfkap Alsace's iconic traditional headdress. Benjamin Franklin is a Civil War veteran. A Lucky P-47 and its pilot from World War II pictured the 19-year-old Edwin Lucky Wright after his 39th combat mission. Strongman Eugen Sandow, considered the father of modern bodybuilding, 1900. The first automobile in the city, 1899 Washington. Messerschmitt K175 Elvis Presley 1950s. Street Grinder London 1920s. Another Beer Run 1975. Performance with a Bear, April 1930, Moscow. The Beatles and a Young Swedish Boy, October 1963. Ancient Roman helmet worn by the elite Roman cavalry, Equites Romani 2000 years old. Ava Gardner 1945. Test of the Indian tricycle with a Colt Browning machine gun, United States, November 1916. Bruce Lee in the 70s. Mike Tyson playing his own video game. Alyssa Milano and Christina Applegate in 1988. A cow carries 7 children to school as claimed in the original caption. Okanogan, Washington, 1907. Black Sea Base, Catalina Island, 1905. Paratroopers drop from United States Air Force C-119 transport planes during an operation over an undisclosed location in Korea in October of 1950. Brad Pitt hides from the paparazzi, New York City, 1995. Apollo 13 crew arrive on prime recovery ship USS Iwo Jima. Moving a house by rail, Nebraska, 1897. Nicki Minaj yearbook photo. Camera testing at the Kodak plant, 1955. Senator, I served with Jack Kennedy. I knew Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. Senator, you're no Jack Kennedy. Lloyd Benson takes jab at Dan Quayle during 1988 VP debate. Adolf Hitler declaring war on America, December 11, 1941. Sandal Bergman and Arnold Schwarzenegger training for Conan the Barbarian, 1982. Miss Radio Queen, 1939. Demonstration of a breed of bees without stingers, United States, 1939. The first ever confirmed photo of a Nazi gas van, around 1941. Men wait on a breadline in New York City, 1932. Singer Paul Robeson addresses a hands-off Korea rally from a sound truck at the corner of 126th Street and Lenox Avenue in the Harlem section of New York City on July 3, 1950. Angelica Houston in 1985. "2,000-yard stair pilot Victor Vizgara, evacuated from a jungle landing site after a parachute jump, saw the plane pass under the chute canopy and crash into a mountain. 1966, Vietnam." Justin Timberlake yearbook photo. United States President Roosevelt's daughter, Alice Roosevelt, visited China in 1905 during China's Century of Humiliation. Mule camouflaged as a zebra for operations in East Africa, 1915. Tom Jones live in a concert in 1974. When Cleveland released 1.5 million balloons and 2 men died, 1986. The event was intended to be a harmless fundraising publicity stunt, but the balloons landed in the surrounding area and caused problems for traffic and a nearby airport.